What's going on, Twin Tiers, and welcome to this Saturday's edition of Twin Tiers Football, brought to you by Simmons Rockwell Ford. Well, the New York State teams came into the mix last night and today presented a great slate of games as well. Let's head out to Waverly Memorial Stadium. The three-time New York State Class C champs Tioga took on Maryvale out of Section 6. The Tigers hungry to keep their three-year winning streak alive with a new team. Let's start this one out on the defensive side of the ball. Scoreless in the second quarter, and there is Dominic Palmer with the sack. Tigers just heating up. And just 1 yard away from the end zone, Jaden Duncanson hands the ball off to Brandon Sindoni, and it's hard to see, but Sindoni gets pushed right into the end zone for 6. Tioga finally on the board with just a minute and a half to go. Third quarter now, Duncanson hands it off, and here he comes running back. Shane Platukis on the carry, found a hole, and there's no going back, turning on the Jets for the touchdown. Tigers take a 14-0 lead with just under 6 minutes to go in the third. And check out this next play. New starting quarterback Duncanson gets lost in the defenders, but there he is again. Reappears with that spin move, dodges players right and left, and hops into the end zone for 6. What an insane play from the junior quarterback. This Tioga team looking strong despite losing over 10 seniors last season. They take the win over Maryvale 27-6. And now on to the second game of the night. The Waverly Wolverines hosting Clymer Sherman Panama, and they raised their 2023 Class C state champion flag tonight in that gorgeous rainbow right over the stadium just before kickoff. Now this game was a defensive battle the entire first half. CSP in the red zone there. Ball's thrown over the middle and picked off by Hogan Shaw. He brings it to the 28-yard line with a minute 15 to go in the first quarter. And here's where things heat up. Wolfpack's QB floats it a few yards. The receiver making his way to the end zone, but Xavier Watson brings him down at the 1 to force a field goal. 3-0 CSP. The Wolverines just needed a little bit of time to unthaw from that offseason. Watson on the kick return, and just watch as the magic unfolds, making defenders run into each other, breaking ankles, and thanks to a couple of blocks from teammates, Watson brings it all the way to the house. The UConn commit with a 95-yard kick return to get Waverly on the board, and the Wolverines hold the Wolfpacks to only one field goal, 24-3, the final. All right, how about some college ball now? The Ithaca College Bombers hosted the 8th-ranked Johns Hopkins Blue Jays this afternoon, a rematch of last year's opening game. Starting this one in the first quarter, quarterback Colin Shum breaking ankles out there. He calls his own number and marches right into the painted turf to get the first Bomber touchdown of the season, 7-0. And less than 3 minutes later, Shum steps back in the pocket, lobs it down the field, and Nick Matos is on the receiving end of that one, brought down at the 1-yard line, and Icy punches it in the very next play. The Bombers are up 14-zip. And this defense was going to work this afternoon as well. 3rd and 12 for the Blue Jays. Ball's passed outside, and there's Tommy Moran with a tackle, forcing Johns Hopkins to punt. But the Bombers fall short in the second half. They start 0-1, 27-23 Johns Hopkins. All right, to the scoreboard. The Northern Tier League had one game this afternoon, and it was a good one. Athens edged out Canton 48-42. Both the Wildcats and Warriors moved to 2-1 overall. And in college football, starting in the Big Ten, the 8th-ranked Nittany Lions came back in the second half to grab a 34-27 win over Bowling Green. And in the ACC, the Syracuse Orange moved to 2-0 with a 3-point victory over Georgia Tech, 31-28 the final.